fingers.
Well, crossing fingers and praying.
It didn't work.
Oh,
Oh wait, no, it did work. Okay, hey, never mind. We're going. Uh, I'm sorry. Welcome to the Outlawz podcast. Really doesn't mean that you're what. Welcome to the Outlawz podcast. It is. I forget what I'm the normal saying. I forgot the script, Tama.
was there a script?
There's a script.
Oh, there was a lovely script then. Okay, it's lost in the chambers of secrets.
Welcome to the Outlaws podcast. It is really awesome that you're here with us, either during or after fact. Today we are joined here with your local crazy head. I can't say the actual word because YouTube sucks. And Tamashiigaming. You can find his links in the description down below. And we have a very special guest with us. I met her playing CS:GO, and I kind of killed her a lot with an MP5. Welcome, Rose. She is
Thanks.
also a streamer, streams on Kick. Links down in the description below.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Wait, I forget. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. I'm
Yeah,
tired.
Tamashi, you also stream on Kick or?
Yes, I stream on Kick as well too. It's very rarely, once in a while, but I try to multi-stream as much as I can.
Okay, and so all of those links are down below.
Um,
In the
let's
Outlaws
see.
podcast, not his profile.
Yes, I need to update that since like I said, YouTube is I'm kind of slow on YouTube sometimes too. So I will put it up there for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah, and with YouTube, we can put it in after the fact as well. So it's not like it has to be done at this exact moment because, how many people are going to be watching this? 3? Us?
I don't know. It looks like people rewatch.
Oh, yeah, it's just a
Mm.
joke. It's just a joke. But, man, so much stuff has happened in the past couple days. The,
Okay,
the
first on
Discord
the list.
the Discord virus thing, the red exclamation mark.
What are you talking about?
Uh,
I didn't even see that.
I told you about it.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. But
Yeah,
I thought that was just for CS. Hold on. Did I
yeah.
get
No,
mixed up?
that was Discord.
Oh shit.
The red
I
exclamation
gotta.
marks that were popping up in all the servers. I sent you screenshots.
Wait, hold on.
Even I sent Tom a screenshot.
I saw the screenshots, but it was just for a brief time on my side too. I was sending him screenshots. I saw your cat fly off.
Of the red
Those aren't cats. Those are
exclamation
chickens.
points? How
Ah,
many days ago was that?
Not long ago. Hi.
Well, I have all the messages from what you did to your server. That was 2 days ago.
Yeah, it's above that. The dudes,
Then
you'd
there's the
see like
CS2 community one.
it's below the CS2.
Below the CS2?
Yeah,
No, I don't.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
good.
servers are down. Oh, that part.
Yeah, that. Yeah,
Oh, there are reg. I didn't
yeah.
notice the red exclamation
What?
points.
Yeah, you're good.
I knew about the servers going down. I just didn't see those.
oh, you didn't see them down?
No, I was asleep.
To be fair, I fell asleep on it too. When Ares messaged me, I was like, "Oh, something's going on." And then I look at
Yeah.
my server, and I was like, "Oh, I see a red in my side too." So of course, it was back and forth. But yeah, it's crazy how there is something going on there.
Mm-hmm.
These are my chickens.
Hey, they look lovely chickens.
Your chickens.
Yeah,
Where? Let me see.
you not see me in the VC? What?
I wasn't tabbed in. Hold on. Oh my god! It's an indoor chicken?
No, it's not it.
Oh, it's an outdoor chicken that's indoor for tonight?
Yeah,
Is it cold?
I'm trying to get it to fix its claw
Mm.
because it's like standing one-legged right now.
Does it always do that with its foot?
No, it's
Okay.
just in that awkward place.
He's in an awkward position. How many chickens you got?
I have 5.
5?
Yeah,
Is
these
that your
2.
favorite?
No, there's 2 in here. The other one's hiding right there.
Okay. How often do they poop?
Often.
Do you put diapers on them?
No.
No.
Ah, are they trained well?
No. Well,
Oh,
yes, but not for potty training. That
Yeah.
it's a chicken.
It's a chicken.
It's
Yeah.
a chicken.
possibly.
I had a parrot growing up. And
Nice.
obviously much smaller birds, so more frequent poops, but we're talking like every 15 minutes. So I imagine a bird like that, it's at least every hour. At least. Bare minimum. More likely every 30 minutes.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's very cute though. The chicken.
They're so cute.
Mhm. I heard that they're very adorable, like nice.
They
You
are.
should
They're
have
very personable.
seen them
Mm.
when they were baby chicks. Mama did.
Mhm.
They're probably
Fucking
sweet.
God, it fucked me up.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering because they got big feet, they got big claws.
Yeah. I mean, I got
Do y'all clip
fuckloads
them?
of scars and shit. What?
Do y'all have to clip their nails? Is that a
I don't.
thing for chickens?
I guess it depends.
Depends. Oh.
Mhm.
I mean,
It's kind
chicken
of like
feet.
It's always like one of my favorite things to do with animals. It's really fucking hard because most animals don't like it, but that's what I like about it. Is
the
the fact
struggle.
it. Well, yeah, you just have to be really, really, really patient with them, and just
Mm,
go at their pace. And I don't know, fun.
makes sense.
I've clipped guinea pig nails. I've clipped bird nails. I've clipped dog nails, cat nails, the whole shebang, and they're also different. But it's just such a vulnerable spot on their feet. They don't
Yeah.
like it.
Like, and there's like blood veins and vessels and things, and like, you go too far in, you start cutting meat or something. Forget.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm losing my
hmm
mind. Fuck. What is even today? I don't even know what today is. I just
Is there something special about today? Did something happen?
wait. What the fuck? Yeah, today is Sunday. Obviously, Jesus Christ. We're
Mhm.
doing a pot. I'm sorry. I'm losing track of all time and reality and space.
You're good.
Fuck. I need to stream again.
Are you streaming on YouTube right now?
Yeah, I meant on Kick, like on my own personal, like playing CS:GO or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It happens. I think all of us lose track at some point. It's happened to me a couple times.
I just been busy, like writing a book, writing music, fucking helping my
What are you
neighbor.
writing about?
What?
What are you writing about?
Music or book?
Both.
Yeah, but oh, nice.
The book, it's like post-apocalyptic realm type shit where you have like your family and the father is like fucking I want to say like without giving too much information. Basically, special forces, and dude goes like it shows like first chapter shows like what the family is all about, like unison, joy, love, laughter, all that shit. And then in the second chapter, he's going to fucking war, like playing out all that nuclear reactors, all that shit goes into it deep. And then the third chapter is him coming back from war, taking his family, and then seeking shelter in the New York City subway system.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, because nukes drop and then shit hits the fan.
Dope.
Yeah,
I dig it.
I made 4 factions, 5 if you include the main family tribe, town, civilization thing they build.
I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah, there will be Crips, Bloods, and then the Germans from 1940s. I
What?
can't I can't say the N word. Get it? The Germans, N word.
Yeah.
YouTube,
Yeah.
they get
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah. Yeah. I get you. I
Yeah.
get you.
And
Wait. So did
there's a
Crips and Bloods live in the same time period as
it's not
them?
in 1940, it's modern.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
they
modern.
just.
I was just saying the Germans from 1940 because
I'm
they're they're
aware
not
of what
actually,
you were putting down there. I get that part.
yeah,
But
the dudes with the shaved heads sitting on their
I'm just
bunkers.
interested to understand how they would interact with one another.
War.
They just fight. Okay, what's the feud? Well, I mean, I guess you can't really spill too many of the beans, right? Because you want to publish this eventually.
I can just give you the base.
Okay, give me the base.
That is the base. What?
Okay, okay. But I like that's what I meant was like, give me more nitty gritty. I want to hear more. I like,
Oh,
like what exactly causes the tension between them?
well, the Blood and Crips have always been at war, and the almost said a bad word. The Germans from the 1940s that all have the shaved heads and those fancy tattoos of the 4/7s. Uh, they don't like the other tribes as well, but they also are like there's another group. I call them the hippies. They're
Okay,
they're docile. They're not hostile in any shape, way, or form. And the Germans beat the shit out of them. And then our main character is like, we gotta stand up. And then plot twists, all those things. It's fun. I've been working on it for over a year now.
that sounds cool.
Yeah, and there's a twist into it. There's gonna be mutants
Okay.
because nuclear weapons, radiation, and Germans. You put 3 to 3
Interesting.
together and come up with squirrel. It's fun.
And come up with squirrel.
At
I
the end,
love
the squirrels win.
I love squirrels.
Plot twist: the squirrels won the war.
Like,
So
in
who
the New York
won?
City metro
Or
system, what is the biggest threat here? I don't know. The squirrels? Why would the squirrels be the deadliest threat here? Look at that. It's like a fucking Malamute. And they're like, what? And it's like, oh god. I don't know. I'm losing my mind.
I feel it.
Fair.
What are you drinking on?
Vodka.
Nice.
I mean, tire thing, vodka, cranberry, pomegranate.
Okay.
And
I love vodka crans. Those are some of my favorite.
yeah, I mean, it's what I mainly drink.
So I
Besides
have why don't you cut like why doesn't your hand get cut when you touch your own beard?
calluses.
Oh.
And it does, actually. I get like slivers all the fucking time. Like, you can see, like, that, and then that. That was just from going like that. Yeah.
So it's the hair itself that's embedding itself into your skin?
But it's because it's sharp as fuck.
That's just crazy to me.
I
Can't wrap my
mean,
head around it.
I can actually like use this as fucking rope. Like shit you
Use
not,
it
like
as what?
your rope. Like
Oh yeah.
Hey, paint it white, and you got yourself a real live Santa Claus.
Yeah, for real.
kids, what do you want for Christmas? Oh, we want presents again.
It's like little kids running.
What? You said you wanted presents. It's a magical egg.
What mic are you using, Tamashi?
I'm using like an, how do I know? It's a Sir, something like that.
Okay.
It's an old one, like an older model one. Like,
Well, it sounds good.
that's good. Thank you. I at least I had it here like for almost 5 years and never used it.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's because I think I remember I just didn't have the like equipment to set it up. So now I have it. Now I'm going to use it for almost now the 5 years that I've been having pending.
Mm-hmm. Might as well.
Yeah.
What mic are you using, Ares or
Uh,
Ares?
HyperX Quadcast.
Okay, HyperX. I used to have that headset, the HyperX Clouds.
Mm,
That's
I didn't
pretty
know they made
awesome.
headsets. I thought they only made mics.
Oh, yeah, they made HyperX Clouds. That's what I had. They were nice. They were very light on the head. I dig it, but I had to have a separate mic for that.
Uh, Tom,
Yeah.
What type of hmm
there's a poster behind you. I just noticed.
which
I
one?
saw that.
Oh yeah. It's always a picture of Jesus there. Oh yeah. I always put that just for the fun of it whenever someone comes in and just goes through the door. It's like, oh.
It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Rose. He is a raging Catholic,
Okay.
and I always just give him so much shit for whatever the fuck it is. Like, fuck. What? This happened a long time ago. Me, you, Luana were doing a podcast, and she asked your religion, and then I spun it back onto her. Like, what? You gonna be religious in this now? Like prejudice?
Oh.
I don't. It's
Uh,
stupid.
it's all right. Yeah, I'm religious, but I'm very lenient, so I'm not like one of those people that says, "Oh, I have to be, censored all the time." Nah, you do what you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm okay with whether you swear or not. I swear too. It's like alcohol. Catholics actually tend to drink alcohol even on a Sunday, so it's really doesn't matter to us sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the seventh day. It's time to rest. Have some vodka. Shots.
Yeah. I'm personally not religious, but
Uh,
as long as whoever I'm hanging out with is respectful of that and doesn't shove it down my gullet, then it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I think religion has a lot of benefits in terms of just giving you a community and, you know, whether I agree with it or believe in it or not, I think there's a lot of benefits to being religious. So I feel it.
oh
I
yeah,
get it. Not that
I
that's
fully.
even the end goal. You know what I mean? It's to worship, obviously.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh,
yeah.
I
At the
fully
end of the
understand.
day, it's the root of all religion. It's just unconditional love.
Oh
That's
yeah,
it.
that's the main goal actually to us personally. But my main goal as well as a religious person is that we don't push religion. We have issues. Like there is issues we have there that still haven't been noticed. That's the one thing that aggravates me a lot. Like honestly, I hate the hypocrisy within the religion itself. Like, what is there to love if you're putting out hate? And
Yeah.
that's why I
Mm-hmm.
always like despise of like when some people say, "Oh, I love people," but then later on turn saying, "I hate this person XYZ because of this." I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Where was the quote on the word love?
Mm-hmm. Unconditional
So,
love means unconditional. It
yeah.
shouldn't. And if at the end of the day we're sitting here and worshiping somebody that's spouting unconditional love and only giving conditional love, then what
hmm
is it truly? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you practice what you preach, you lead by example. If you're not leading by example, you can't expect your followers to be doing the same thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So if you're
Yeah.
going to sit there and be conditional, the people that are following you are also going to be conditional. I don't know.
Yeah. It's
Which
like
is fair.
a premise. Like, if the content creator is a prick, maybe his audience is too. Not all of them, but the majority.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
You know, and it goes for like whatever fucking which way you want to put it. Like, at the police department, if the police chief is, corrupt as fuck, maybe the deputies are too. And more
Oh,
than
yeah.
likely they are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can put it either which way you want.
Yeah, there's always a bad apple.
Yeah.
And like I said, I get mad respect for other religions too. So there's no way, to me personally, there's never a right and who's right. As
Mm-hmm.
long as you are happy and you enjoy your life, that's what should matter, including
But
people that believe.
yeah, I see what you're saying. I,
Mm,
I obviously agree with that point as well. But
mm.
it's used for an agenda a lot of the time. I feel like, it's used for control. Not
Oh
everybody,
yeah,
not every place. There's a lot of really great churches and a lot of great leaders out there. But yeah, sometimes it's just used that way. And
oh yeah.
and it and it makes sense the way it's translated. If it's translated from a completely different religion, it's incredibly easy to sit there and manipulate the words, essentially.
Oh, oh yeah, I have like separate Bibles of many different translations. And
Mm-hmm.
trust me, it is a hectic. I can see why a lot of people have a lot of bigotry or like misconceptions. And I'm like, bruh, don't read in too much of the detail word by word. There's a metaphor to it. As like there are reasons for those metaphors. It's not taken to a different literal stance. And the fact that there are multiple meanings, yes, but you have to take which one is correct in a way that won't affect others, but rather
Mm-hmm.
more of your spiritual journey.
Yeah,
hmm
I agree.
hmm I even had like a topic with the professor a long time ago, and he came out with a bigger topic too. And he did say, like, okay, here's in the Bible, what is the number one thing that is like the most horrible one you can ever commit? And it's like everyone raised their hand and says, well, everyone raised their hand. And he says, okay, I choose you. It's like, thou shalt not kill. I'm like, okay, let's go with that one. It's like, what does it mean? It's like, do not kill. Does it refer to people, animals, things? What do you think it means? It's like people. I was like, yes. Anything else? I'm like, no. I'm like, then you're wrong. I'm like, what? Yes. Thou shalt not kill means to for people, yes, but there are multiple things that can be applied, like animals, other living concepts. Are you committing that sin just because? And everyone's like confused. And he states, you don't know. That's the thing we have. The translation does not specify what do they mean. So
I,
of course, if you go somewhere, yeah, my bad. At the end of it, I'm just gonna shorten it quickly. At the end of it, there are multiple meanings and you don't want to get them confused. As long as you apply the good meaning, that's what it should be.
Yeah, I feel you.
Mhm.
I agree.
have a very interesting argument for it.
Hmm.
If we're not supposed to kill, then we're all dead. Because we can't eat plants. We
Mhm.
can't have furniture. You know, we can't make spears. For
Mm-hmm.
like to have.
And see,
Not
that's
even.
that's kind of the point I was. So okay, I'll take that singular point. I'll take it further. And this is, I feel like, is a hard concept for a lot of people to fully understand, because morals, right? We all have morals, of course. I have my own morals, and so I'm going to spew this, but it doesn't mean that I don't have my own, uh, you know, moral compass. But essentially, everything is meaningless unless given meaning in my own philosophy of the world. We're all just energy, we're all just the same thing, right? Vibrating at different frequencies, and we're all expressing ourselves in whatever way we feel like expressing ourselves, right? We're just the universe experiencing itself, in my eyes. And so in terms of that, everything is meaningless unless given meaning. And because of our societal construct, and because of how our minds work, of course, we have those generally, unless you're like a sociopath or a psychopath, you're gonna have those morals to not want to fucking kill somebody, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, if you do adhere to do not kill, it's too black and white, because you do not kill, then you're ending up in your you know leaving other people deficient in whatever the fuck they need. It's just how the universe works. It's a dice roll, And it could be bad or it could be good, but it's up to you to decide whether or not you perceive it as good or bad.
But
Like
not
yeah.
you're,
that, but like
you
plants
can't control
are alive.
life. You know?
Oh.
Huh?
But like even plants are alive.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so
Yeah.
like you can't cut a tree down to make a fucking fire, you know? You have to use like dead timber, but that has moss on it, so that's also alive.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
always a flip side of a coin. Like I as fucked up as it sounds, and I've already said 5 million times before this, I would never ever agree with or condone murdering somebody, nor would I defend somebody on the stand for that type of shit. But I could understand the psychopathic's perspective of that meaninglessness to everything, if that makes any sense, to where they feel it things just don't mean the same. Like like in their head, it's different. They're not wired the same. And so things like that just don't hold the same kind of weight that they would a normal person. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and yeah, you're correct. Ironically, morality wise, we all have a different moral compass, and it could be in different conceptions. And you can think one way, Aries can be thinking another way, and I can be thinking another. All three different concepts of moralities. It's just a matter of how you apply it at that time and moment that makes it
Exactly.
correct.
And yeah, but none of them are right or wrong.
No, and that's what I remember. Famous philosophers have said it. Aristotle, even Plato, and Alchem. I think the last philosopher that stated about words. Not words are nothing but nothing but words. If you apply meaning to it, it is meaning of that word. That's what Alchem would say. Plato and Aristotle did state based on essence, which is the same thing as objects. You give it meaning because it's there. It exists for that purpose. So a table is a table because you gave it a meaning of that word, table. You use it as a table.
Yeah. I've noticed for this was a huge thing that a huge rabbit hole I went down when I was like 17, just this philosophical rabbit hole. And honestly, it sent me into a deep depression because I realized how meaningless everything was. And I was like, what? Why am I here? Like, what the fuck is the point? You know what I mean? And this is why religion is truly beneficial because it doesn't leave room for questioning. You know what I mean? So it doesn't leave room for that doubt and that uncertainty and that fear. Where was I going with that? There's an end goal. There's a point here. But yeah, all of those teachings, all those readings I read into, and it people have this is what I was gonna get at. People have a really hard time with accepting that things are meaningless.
Mhm.
And so we literally we have this instinctual urge to give something a meaning, give it a box to put it in so we can label and compartmentalize and organize and make sense of things. And I've personally dabbled in things that gave me otherworldly experiences. One namely starting with a D and ending with a T, and 3 letters. And so I already had this philosophy on life before I ever did that. Before I ever did anything otherworldly. But then I did it, and it really solidified that even deeper. I just remember staring because it the one I'm mentioning, it's a very quick time period. It's like 15 minutes. You know, you're here and now you're in a rocket and you're in space. And
Oh,
I just remember looking at the dresser and I was like, what is a dresser? Dresser.
okay.
Names. Names. What are names? And literally it's just like it literally felt like a zipper. Like you were unzipping your jacket, right? Like everything that I thought I knew about my reality was just
Oh,
unzipped right in front of me. Nothing made any sense anymore, and it was the most liberating feeling I will ever experience.
oh
Because
yeah.
honestly, at the end of the day, I feel like people are very caught up in making sense of their reality, making sense of why they're existing, making sense of why we're here. And at the end of the day, I don't think it's about that. I don't think it's about sitting here contemplating why the fuck we're here or
Mhm.
has enough time passed for that? For cussing?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You
Okay,
can.
dope. That's what I
You're
figured. I wasn't sure though. Okay, dope.
Yeah. No, I've been fucking sailing. What? I've been
I was even saying a few cuss words too, so you're good.
I've been fucking sailing apparently. What?
Where was I going with that?
Um, You're talking about main purpose, religion, shrooms, other things.
Oh yeah, but after that experience, it just really solidified in me what unconditional love felt like. I also now have a theory on what death is probably like, because we produce the most of that same chemical compound when we're born and when we die. Fun fact.
Oh yeah.
And so I hypothesize that when you take it, it's probably a similar experience to death.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, it just gave me a much broader perspective, and I was already unconditionally loving to begin with, but
Yeah. Everyone is born with unconditional love. Sometimes some people come out differently what the meaning of unconditional love is.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, yeah, there is meaning in life. It's just a matter of how you perceive it, how you want it, and how you want to go through with it as well too. It's like, yes, you can give the meaning of there is no life, no meaning of life, but that doesn't give you purpose. It just makes it feel like you just defeated yourself, saying, "Why am I just sitting here?" Which is pretty amazing in its own because it seems like you went through a journey of discovering yourself. And I think that's the point of life. Discovering yourself, knowing
yeah,
yourself.
building a relationship with yourself. At the end of the day, all you have is yourself. When you
Oh yeah.
die, more than likely it's going to be you and yourself. If you're really lucky, you're going to have people surrounding you, you know?
Oh,
But
oh yeah.
if you don't have a good relationship with yourself at the end of the day, that's that. That's the center point of your universe, the center point of your
Yeah.
reality. So if you don't talk to yourself nicely, you know what I
Mm.
mean? Like you can't expect your external reality to also be nice to you. That's just my perspective on it.
Oh
The
yeah.
way I've also learned that a lot of people don't have an internal dialogue apparently.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like they straight up like I'm thinking to myself. I'm literally talking to myself, having a whole conversation in my own head all the time. And it can actually
Oh
be
yeah.
a little distracting because I'll be trying to talk to somebody else, but I'm sitting here listening to my own head talk to me. You know what I mean? And yeah, I found out that some people don't have that. Some people just whatever they say is just whatever the fuck came out of their mouth. They just knew what they were thinking before they even said it.
Oh
And
yeah.
I don't know, that's hard for me to grapple my head around.
Oh yeah. There is a concept I think in the psychology term is there are some people that can grapple what's what's in their mind, understand what's in their mind, but there are some people that lack what comes in their mind and perceive or express because due to I guess like a change of their mentality, the brain, the chemical makeup of what it makes you you. So there can be differences on that side too. How you born can also matter too, like biologically wise. Like there is a certain biology where some person carries more empathy, expresses
No, it does.
more.
I have a
Self-care.
twin brother, for example, and we're polar opposites. Like so
Oh,
different. It's not even fucking. I mean, it is funny, but like, it's. We argued so much growing up because I'm like the artistic, like hippy dippy, like emotional feeler sibling. He's the logical computer, like analytical. You know, he programs shit. He loves numbers. Like, I don't know how to put it any more starkly different than me.
mhm.
And I will say one of the biggest difference between us is emotional intelligence. Not to
Oh,
shit on him. I love him to bits and pieces and I think he's so smart. He really is. He's so smart. But in terms of like social awareness and like emotional intelligence in that regard. So like
oh yeah.
I have the street smarts and he has like the book smarts. You know what I mean? And yeah, so we're just very different in that regard. And we like I said, we were born out of the same womb. We were raised at the same time. We were raised the same exact way. We're twins. So it can 110% just be genetic.
Oh yeah, and there has been some studies as well too. People that are very well bright and smart, yes, there are meant for the world, but there are some stuff that when it comes to them being bright and smart is that they lack something that some people have the most, which is pretty crazy to know that, as a smart person, you would at least have all qualities. But
It
it's
makes
weird that
sense though.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
guess it's like, oh, you go.
okay, sorry. I don't want to talk too much.
No, it's a good. No, it's okay. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like I don't want people to lose track too.
Okay. Cuz it just ties into the same point you're making is like for example, so no you can't be a master at everything. You can be good at everything, but you'll be a master of none. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying? So it translates over, same shebang.
oh,
Jack
yeah,
of all
jack of all trades.
trades, masters of
Yeah,
Yeah.
none. That's actually
Yeah.
my
yep.
fucking motto since I'm facility maintenance.
Hmm.
I can do
It's
everything, but like not at to the scale as a fucking 40-year-old electrician.
yeah.
I know electrical, not as a 40-year-old electrician. I know how to weld, not as a 40-year-old welder.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
Which
feel
is
you.
true. Like I said, there's some stuff we will lack. Everyone has their own intelligence. That's also another concept of a philosophical thing. Intelligence. How smart are you? Or how self-aware? Or how much do you know compared to the next person next to you? It's a crazy question, but intelligence comes in many different forms too. And I think the question that came into rise is, what is intelligence? People
Yeah.
cannot know what's the concept because everyone has their own intelligence.
I
How
think
they
it's
learn.
so ridiculous to sit here and quantify it, if I'm
Yeah.
honest. I think it's
Yeah.
really stupid. I think it's ridiculous. Okay, I understand this just ties into people wanting to sit here and classify things and put them into boxes and whatever, categorize. So I understand why they want to be able to do that, but like for example, humans, we put ourselves on a pedestal because of let's just say how many neurons we have or what our IQ points are at.
Yeah,
How the
Yeah.
fuck are you going to sit here and measure a whale's IQ? You can't because you've based the test on humans.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And also not to mention awareness and consciousness all start somewhere. I personally feel like we are basing intelligence off of a boxy system. There's no fluidity there. And so while these other beings might not be consciously aware and have the verbiage of what we're picturing, of what we're telling them, etc., etc., when you go back down to the simplest form of consciousness, it's just feelings. They're just perceiving. And how are you going to sit there and say that that consciousness that's still perceiving the same stimuli that you're perceiving, it's just not thinking about the stimuli the same way you're thinking about it? What makes that more intelligent? You know what I'm saying? It's still consciously aware at the end of the day. We're just basing intelligence off of this human scale. It's all
I,
based out of our own perception. There's no way we could possibly sit here and quantify something else. Like insects, for example, they said that their nervous system is too simple.
hmm.
Then tell me why jumping spiders are able to build a trusting relationship with you. Like
Oh yeah.
seriously, you adopt one, it's scared of you when you first get it. If it had a simple nervous system, there would be no way to sit here and build a relationship with it.
Oh yeah.
None. If it's as simple as they're claiming it is, it's not. Because it takes a couple months of you being very strategic in the way you interact with it. And the way you interact with these animals, whether it be reptiles or spiders, etc., is not from the perspective of a human. You interact and you mimic their body language. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
hey,
Yeah. It's
just
crazy.
I want to
Once
interrupt.
you communicate on their level, like once they understand you. Anyways.
Rose,
Hmm.
you are the first fucking person I have ever heard say that shit besides me.
Oh, really?
Yes, I shit you fucking not. I am genuinely impressed. So many people will fucking say like, "Oh, I prefer dogs because they show more emotion," and it's like, you want me to go grab my cat right now? You know, like
Yeah.
I'll show you my cat loves me unconditionally.
I have 3
you know?
snakes. One of them loves fuzzy blankets.
Yeah.
That's not a normal snake thing that people
And
think about.
some snakes love fucking what are those plastic balls in the ball pit?
I don't know what they're called. I just call them plastic balls.
Yeah, but there's snakes that fucking love that shit too. But like there was this gorilla that before it died, it did some signing shit and all that. And it flat out said that like humans need to stop what they're doing or they will ruin the world or something like that. Like, please help one another or something like that. I forget. It was a very famous gorilla and it like changed the entire outlook and then it just like went away like a year fucking later. Like no one gave a shit.
Well, it gets overshadowed by so much stuff.
Yeah.
There's so much to consume nowadays. There's no way that's going to stick for anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And most people like with my animal background, I'm very fortunate. You know, I come from a well-off family and I've had the opportunity to interact with so many animals, right? A lot of people don't get that kind of opportunity. They don't get the exposure to the same kinds of experiences that I've had. And so it's completely understandable why somebody would be very closed off to that.
Yeah.
And that's what I realize about a lot of things nowadays is I think because of social media, so many people would be on board with so many revolutionary topics and ideas and things that we could really change the world about. But I really truly feel that with the US in particular, with the economy, people have to work way too much. Like their time is consumed. If you don't have a degree and a really well-off job, that means you probably have 2 jobs. You know what I mean? Or you're busting ass at one job. Whatever the case may be, you're being overworked. You don't
You
have
don't
time.
even need a fucking degree.
Yeah, you don't have energy, right? So a lot of people just straight up don't have the time to care. Like they don't have the time to sit here and think deeper about different topics because they don't have the energy. And
It's the
so,
point. Yeah.
yeah, which is
Yeah, like,
understandable.
think about it like this, right? A college degree. Let's say it's computer science or computer security or something like that. And you got that degree. It's a master's, right? You spent however many fucking years it is. You got it. You're $180,000 in debt. And then you go to this tech company and they're like, we're hiring. And you go and send in your application. I got a master's in this. I've done this. I've done that. You know, I want to work for you. I'll I need to pay my student loans, all this. You know what they're gonna say?
Hmm.
Where's your experience?
Yeah, and you haven't had any. Unless you had an internship that you weren't also, by the way, you're having to pay for your school. You don't have time to get an internship because you're working, right?
Why work a free fucking job?
And why work a free fucking job? But you need the job for the work experience, so unless you're like a nepo baby or something, you know what I mean? Like unless you're really privileged and you get that opportunity, then like you're still fucked. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Not fucked entirely. It's just oh, my lights just went off. Your grind is just gonna be a lot harder. Like
Don't worry, my lights were going off too, so you ain't the only one.
yeah.
But yeah, I feel you on that aspect because I have a degree, literally.
Mhm.
It's just that over here where I live, this degree is considered useless, even though it has perks. The only issue I have was that they ask is, like Ari said, experience, which I follow on those categories of those jobs. It's just I'm not given the option to get in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and see the issue too is let's take it back to our grandparents' generation, right?
mhm.
Their generation, the likelihood of somebody having a degree was much less. So the market, the potential employee market, right? So us, um, is much less likely to have a degree, and therefore we're less saturated with degrees. And so if somebody goes to an employer and they, you know, put in their application and have a degree on that paper, they're gonna stand out compared to
Oh
these
yeah,
other people.
Yep.
But nowadays it's so common to have a degree that unless you get your master's, and if you don't get your master's unless you have work experience, there's just no way to set yourself apart. And so you put yourself in debt, and then you go out there and you put your application in, but they already got 20, 30 applicants with the same degree as you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because our fucking grandparents' generations was pushing that. And then of course their parents or their kids obviously spout the same thing because it worked for them.
And then
It was,
think
but
about what the
during our
fuck they
parents'
teach you.
generation, it started going downhill.
But then think about what they fucking teach you. They don't teach you dog shit. Like, for fuck's
Yeah.
sake. The only way
That's
you're
a
gonna
whole
learn
nother.
shit is like trade school, medical, things like that. You go in for like social justice or whatever, or criminal justice. What the fuck you're gonna learn is just common fucking sense. But like, what the entire school curriculum is basically about when it comes to college is if you can do your fucking chores, right? Like, can you be
Oh
on
yeah.
time? Can you do this? Like, it's not like, hey, learn pi, solve cancer. You know, it's like, hey, go to class on time, and then we're gonna ramble about the Civil War that you learned in high school.
Yeah. No, yeah, a lot of the material that we learn in college is just repeat information,
Yeah.
which I can understand why it would be important because, of course we forget things over time, and the more times it's put into your head, the more solidified it's going to get. So 2 times it's already solidified long-term memory. 3, 4, 5 times you're set now. You know what I mean? So I get it. But at the same time, if I'm having to sit here and pay for these classes and I already passed them in high school, then it's literally just you milking me for money at that point. If you're
Exactly.
gonna sit here and charge me for classes I've already passed and proven myself in.
Honestly, yeah, I feel you on that. I just wish that the degrees offered real life experience, like actual, like what you're gonna go in for your job wise. Like, hey, learn this because that's gonna be part of your job,
like
or
like
learn that.
Cosmo School, for example,
Yeah,
or like nursing. They
yeah,
give you a set amount of hours before you can get certified in it. Why don't they
yeah.
do the same thing for doctors or for, you know what I mean? Because then
Yeah.
they could get those hours while they're in class, the class that they're paying for. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having to go out of their way and give free labor for these other people, they're just gonna put in a reference for them. That's it.
Yeah,
So
that's it's sad.
And they're not like, I mean, okay, granted they might get hired at the place that they're interning at. Maybe.
Mhm. Maybe,
But it's not even a
but
guarantee. And so it's just like, why would I do that? They have how many interns coming in here for free labor, and you're gonna tell me that they might hire me? Seriously, when they have how many free labor, or how much? You know what I mean? Free labor. Let's just keep reiterating that free labor. Like they're
yeah.
not gonna hire you if they're having an influx of people coming in all the time for free.
oh
So
yeah, and
If I text you, will it pop up on your screen?
no,
Okay.
I got my phone with me.
Yeah, that was my next question. I'm gonna text you a word. Am I able to say this?
All right, let me see. Give me a minute. Yeah, I think you could, just as long as you make the context correct.
Okay, so I can't say that word then.
No, you could. It's just a matter of how you use it.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
I can't with the way I'm gonna use it. So
oh,
you remember like the Civil War, right? How like the Confederates were fighting and all this other shit, and basically like blue versus gray, fucking, we want to end slavery, and then the others were like, we want to keep it. Well,
yeah.
see, that was only containing it to that particular race back then,
Mhm.
right? Nowadays, look at it. We are all them. Think about
Yeah. I think
minimum wage hasn't raised, okay? Minimum wage for a school teacher was exactly the same as it is now. And what happened is with the minimum wage of a fucking school teacher, you were able to buy a house with a dock on the side of a lake with like
oh, yeah.
3 or 14 acres of
you
property.
know, in the 1920s, you could order a house from Sears
Yeah.
catalog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they stopped that because
Like,
people, are idiots.
it was so much easier back then.
Yeah. But like the
And
thing
then
about it is,
the older generations are like, you don't work hard enough. You don't just work harder.
I got a friend that works like 2 jobs and he's still
No,
not even
no, it
making.
works.
It's
Yeah.
like this guy barely makes enough to barely pay his mortgage. That's it.
I mean, here, Tom, you already know. I told you this many times. Rose, take a guess on how much 1 pound of hamburger beef goes for in my town.
Probably fucking $12.
More,
More.
Yep.
20.
more.
Are
More.
you're
Mm-hmm.
30?
Right now, it is $32.60 something cents.
Mm-hmm.
For 1 pound?
Yes,
1 pound. And that's the
processed in
cheapest?
a tube. Yep,
In a tube?
yep, in a tube.
Ours is pretty low because we're in a low income.
Yeah,
Low income.
but see,
I'm trying to think of our local stores here because I don't usually buy it from a tube, but I would bet you if I found like the cheapest ground beef, just ground beef, it would probably be like $8 to $10.
well, my closest Walmart is an 8-hour drive away.
Yep.
Oh no
It-
shit. That's why it's so expensive.
Yeah, why do you think I own so many guns?
I
Like,
don't know. I would feel pretty fucking safe out in the boonies. I'm not gonna lie. Compared to
no,
the city,
no. So, my cops are fucking idiots. We had a mass shooter here, and my cops hid and cowered. One of them totaled their vehicle because he drove it into a building. Think about that. There's a mass shooter. The dude's a block away, and he crashed his car into a building. Dude is panicking. Okay, like, oh god, he's a block. Just fucking trash
how
his
many
car.
cops are in the town?
Like fucking 70.
Okay, that's honestly, I was thinking there was gonna be like fucking 15, so that's better than I was anticipating. But
Yeah, better
damn,
population. I can't say.
yeah, I feel
Either
you.
way, we basically have more cops than civilians.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. But
and with this,
why?
because like we got fish and game, we got the sheriff's department, we have a lot of fucking. There's a DA agency here. There's a
That would
fucking
make me so uncomfortable to live there.
yeah, no shit. But check this out. You
No
remember?
shame, no hate. I just know that it can be very corrupt.
Yeah, and it is. You remember when I was texting you on Discord about the guy who was like, threatening me and all this other shit from Kick?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
remember.
Uh, the dude called my local police department and was like,
Oh,
saying,
but you already warned him, didn't you?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I learned after the fact, like a couple days after, when they had called my police department, the fucking lady who answered the phone, like, 911, how can I help you? She didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about and just hung up the phone. She didn't even know anything about the situation, content create. She didn't know. She was like,
Yo, when the cops outnumber the people in town and they hang up on the one fucking call that they get, I would be so concerned.
yeah, no
I
shit.
had my experience with Austin PD when I lived out there. They were understaffed. They couldn't get a detective out to me. I had to wait 6 hours
Oh,
ooh,
before they finally got a detective out. Yeah, and when they finally got there, they made me reiterate the same shit I had already given a statement for. Talk about traumatizing.
yeah,
It was like they had no experience in the situation.
yeah,
Not to mention they sent all men, and in this particular situation, that was not appropriate. and and so I was like surrounded by like 4 male cops, and one of them was in training
oh, what the hell?
while he's taking my statement. The second time I had to repeat this 6 hours after the first one, and I had been sitting in the same spot this whole 6 hours waiting for this detective to show up. And then whenever I confronted them about it after the fact, oh, we were understaffed. So you couldn't have informed me that you were understaffed. You couldn't have informed me that honestly, I could have just gone directly to the police station and made this report instead of
Yep.
waiting here for the extensive amount of time that I have. You
And
know what
you
I'm
must have
saying?
had 4 hours to spare.
Exactly. So it was just insane. Like I had to call out to work the next day and all this shit, and they just it seemed like they showed no remorse. They just didn't care. It was very demeaning, you know? And not to like I'm thinking about whenever they're not staffed properly and when they are. When do they do things
Yeah.
the way that, you know what I'm saying? Cuz like in Austin, I would watch people commit all kinds of traffic violations. Like no blinker, you know, cutting a cop off, you know, and the cops just turn a blind eye. They got bigger fish to fry. They don't care. Like seriously, they don't care. But what's even more insane is the one time that I had to call the cops because I had a homeless man in the restroom. I was a manager at this other pet store that I worked at. And so I was trying to leave early this day too. I was trying to get out of there, and the other managers on duty, I don't know how they got hired on, but they hated conflict. Worst trait to have if you're, but whatever. So I'm like, I have to handle this shit. So I don't want to call the cops, but this is ironically the day after I had the first experience with the cops. Let me just put that in perspective. There's a day, not even like 24 hours in between me waiting 6 hours for the detective and this day. I wait 30 minutes. 6 or 7 cop cars show up within the first like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. I mean, they were swarming the parking lot. It was a black man as well. Let me just preface by saying.
Oh, that's why they're there that fast.
I had seen him in the hospital. I had literally seen this same man in the hospital the night before. And he was in the mental health ward. And he was screaming his head off about wanting fried. This is not me being like making any generalizations or stereotyping, but he was singing about wanting green chicken or green beans and fried chicken from the nurse. He was just wailing his head off. I don't know if he was schizophrenic. I don't know what was going on, but like he was not mentally okay, but he wasn't violent. And so I had taken note of him, and I remembered his neck brace and everything. So he showed up into work. I called the cops, and yeah, like 6 or 7 of them showed up after me repeatedly telling them I had seen him the night before. He's not dangerous. He's not armed. Like, there's nothing wrong with him other than like up here, right? They open the door. He's butt naked, like head to toe. It's not funny, but like the experience was just wild. It baffles me to this day. Yeah, he's butt naked. I'm assuming he was probably trying to bathe himself or something, you know. And I feel it. If you're homeless, like I would want to bathe in the sink too, you know. But they ended up pinning him to the ground outside, with like 3 or 4 different cops on top of him. And I was just like, where was this energy the night before? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
You have a lot of questions on that.
I have a lot of fucking questions. Y'all are understaffed, and here's like 7 cops showing up for one man that's unarmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably got him on a shift change or like a fucking donut exchange or something.
Something, I'm
Whoever-
sure, but
whoever-
it was just handled so poorly. Everything was. It just seemed like, just from those 2 days, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, whoever's in charge of the schedule of their times is like mismanaged the whole situation really bad.
Well, there should always be a detective on duty.
Yeah,
Especially in a
and-
city like Austin with the influx of people that they get in.
yeah, I've been there.
They're getting the most amount of people they've ever gotten in their entire lives. The city is growing faster than ever.
I would say at minimum like 10.
Minimum. Yeah.
Mhm.
There should be detectives on duty at all times, but somehow I wasn't able to get a hold of any of them for 6 hours. Like, what were they doing? Sleeping? I think they were sleeping. Like, for real. Because it was like 6 in the morning, I think, when they showed up.
I'm not
Something
surprised.
crazy. Yeah. But,
Oh,
yeah,
you
not
could
not every town is like that, but
Here in
Uh, my-
Wrightson, fucking there was this one incident. I already told you to tell him, but
Mhm.
I worked a normal like 9 to 5 job, but it was actually like a 6 to 9 job. Anyways, fucking I went into work, did all my shit, and came home. And I loaded up my live stream, started playing games, started having fun, and then pop, 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 pop. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? gun, like, like just ready to go. And this dude, there was this dog playing with these two kids, and I know this because it's their fucking dog. Okay,
Mm.
like they're across the street, two kids, and they're playing with their fucking dog. Anyways, dude walks up and puts three in the dog.
Damn.
Dog starts like running on the street, all that. I follow the blood trail, doing all that, and I get to the dog. I don't have a way to transport it. It's collapsed on the ground. I see a truck, flag it, like, hey, get this to this animal hospital, load it up. Dog's unconscious. He just starts booking it. I see cops like fucking. He's driving down this road, and then the fucking cop just goes like that, and then he just sees the dog bleeding. He's like, "Oh, okay, never mind," and just turns his lights off. Comes back to me. I'm like, "Yo," cop comes over. I'm like, "Did you not hear that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck was going on." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. Dog got shot at minimum 3 times. That's what I saw. Pass out in that truck going over there. You want to give it an extort?" And he's like, "No, let's find a gunman." I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "You got anything?" And I'm like, "Yeah." You fucking go back inside, get my AK and a cup of coffee, and I'm just walking out with a fucking AK, coffee, just outside, cigarette. And the cop's like, "All right, let's do this." And I'm like, "Why the fuck do you need me?" And he's like, "We're understaffed." And I'm like, "Okay."
What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, Tommy,
With 70 cops?
that's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, it also was like 6 years ago.
Okay, so it might have been different at the time.
Yeah, but our population has decreased, but yet our school budget has increased by $2.5 million. That makes no sense to me.
That doesn't make any sense because how. So, no, the school is making money from property taxes, and if the land is more government owned than.
It raised
Because, like, my high school here,
$2,000.
like, most of the land is government owned. That's how I learned that. Because we didn't get a lot of funding.
Yeah, it
That's
raised my tax
weird.
$2,000. 2 fucking grand.
Yeah, yours gets like more of a lifetime than the schools I live around here. Like
Yeah, but like this
a
house,
Yeah, that's
lot more.
weird.
this house we don't rent, we own. So they raised our
Sounds
rent.
like that money's going somewhere y'all don't know about.
No, actually, they want to build a new school.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah, and
Maybe they're trying to expedite the process.
the staff break room is 3 times the size of my fucking house. My house is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, kitchen, living room, dining room, along with a laundry room, multiple closets, 2 carports, and all that shit. It's
They need a break room that big. For
yeah.
no, my question is,
There's 20 teachers.
how big are the graduating classes? How many kids are there?
Last year, 10 kids graduated.
That's what I was anticipating. That's like the smallest school I've ever heard of. Okay. No, y'all are doing something sus with your money over there. That's weird. That's
Oh yeah.
weird. Why are
Compared
they
to
building
our
the school that big?
yeah, that's a lot of sketchy ass stuff there.
That
Be
doesn't make
honest.
any sense. If you don't have the kids, like I can understand building for potential growth in the future, but if there's been no growth to sit here and like substantiate it, I don't know if that's the right word, to prove that it's going in a to prove the graph is going up. You know what I'm saying?
Profitable.
If it sounds like it's actually going down, then why the fuck would they be building a bigger school? But,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's a main question there too.
it's weird.
Oh yeah, at least I compared to your guys' topic on the police department, mine's quite different too.
Oh
We got
really?
a lot. We got a lot of police officers, like a lot, and it's because we got the highest. Like I think we're nominated as the highest like crashing rate in the world. I guess because we tend to speed. We have a speeding issue over here. I'm going to be honest here in Texas, but I can't give my location. But yeah, where I live, we have a speeding issue, so that's why we have a lot of cops,
I'm
border
also in
patrols.
Texas, so
Okay,
yeah, I get you.
I can give you one clue. I live near the border of Mexico,
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
so
I have an
the ma-
idea.
yeah, the majority here is Hispanic or Mexican. So kudos to our part, but yeah, I'm the least of speaking Spanish here.
Driven through there though, and it's really fucking pretty, I must say.
Oh yeah.
A gorgeous area.
Oh yeah. Big time. As far as I know, over here where I live, there's a lot of corruption. Like if someone were to speak out, you won't see the end of day. Like you won't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And and our police officers are like, if you know them, you get away with it.
Tama.
Hmm.
You're like, I can't give out my exact location, but I live in Texas and I'm next to the border.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I'm like, that's.
Uh, but there's other areas, trust me. You can't pinpoint which one because mine is the least one ever recognized.
And I have
I
your
feel you.
IP.
Oh,
I
just
know
got
you
dogged.
tried Aries. I know you tried Aries, but I'm gonna be honest, where I live is so underwhelming as a city. You won't find it.
Tama, you want
You won't.
speed letter clips just for a meme?
Oh yeah.
Huh? What'd you say?
Uh, here. I said, Tama, do you want me to
Mm.
mail you speed letter clips so then this way it's a good meme? Like, I have clips literally right here. Like, these are speed loader clips. Here, I'll show you what these look like fully loaded. It's 762 times 29.
Of course.
It's the same clip. See? Same clip.
I have a I have a friend
Damn.
that collects up those things.
I use them.
Crazy.
I mean, hey, you remember Neighbor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mailed him like 5 or something like that. And he's like, now I have your address. I'm like, no, you don't, fucker. And he's like, what? I'm like, I sent it from a post office. He's like, shit.
uh, but yeah, ours in our area is if you know someone, you get away with it. It's sad. There has been a lot of hidden corruption that a lot of people are still questioning now today, including maybe money laundering.
And see, something that I see that needs to happen is a fucking revolution. Like, for fuck's sake, okay? Don't even get me wrong, right? Like, I don't want anyone to get hurt or die in any way, shape, or form, okay? Like, right? So much shit has happened to the point where we have lost our constitutional rights. Think about it like this, right?
Mhm.
Look at it like this. Tama, you're the police, okay?
Mhm.
Rose, you're the victim. Let's say Rose accused me of SA, right? Tama, you're going to arrest me automatically
Mhm.
on the spot, no hesitation, take me to jail, Miranda rights read.
Yeah.
And I could have never even met Rose in any shape, way, or form. I couldn't even have been in like a mile radius, okay? Like the cops just show up a fucking binder, like, all right, here's everyone who lives in the area. It was this guy. Then like we would have been like the closest is like a mile apart, you know? Like there's no way in hell I'm arrested.
Mhm.
No investigation, nothing as such. My life is fucked. You know, gone to jail, all that shit, just all gone, right? Flip the script. Let's say I'm the victim and then Rose is the assailant. Thing about it is, guess what? Rose isn't going to go to jail. And even if Rose does, it's only going to be for a couple months.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. There's a certain different transparency when it comes to that as well too. It
All right, let's
sucks.
flip the ante then. Let's flip the fucking ante, right? When did I plead the fifth turn into a felony conviction?
Mhm.
Because the fifth constitutional right, the Fifth Amendment, literally just says that you do not have to speak or answer any questions of any incriminating act in any way, shape, or form. So then this way you can be protected. It's not saying that
Mhm.
word for word, okay? That's just off memory. But like, what that fucking means is that, like, for example, Tama, you're at the police, and you're like, "Where were you on the night you were born?" I'm like, "I plead the fifth." And then you're like, "If you don't answer me, I'm gonna take you to jail. You just broke the law. So now I can sue you. You can still take me to jail and process me, but now I'm going to win at minimum $100,000 from the fucking government because you did some dumb shit." And the reason why I say this is because, like, when did it go from innocent until proven guilty to just assume everyone is fucking guilty? Because,
Yeah, I wasn't aware that that was a thing.
yeah,
Oh yeah, over here we have an issue with that too. I think there was like a case a while back that I did for my jury duty, and there was a lot of corruption on the police department side, and that's because they didn't even give the person their Miranda rights, and they still let it go. So that guy was arrested
yep,
without even giving right, basically, and it
there's,
all in court.
oh shit, this is gonna piss you off, Tom.
Mm,
There's a chick in the UK. She got 18 people arrested saying that they SA'd her, okay?
mhm.
This chick on the 19th was convicted with false reports due to the fact that all of the people said that they didn't do it. She didn't even know them. The thing is that she was saying that they SA'd her, so then this way her ex-boyfriend would be jealous of her. Like, oh, she's getting
Mm.
more action than me, type shit. And on the 19th person, she was then convicted of these false reports due to the fact that none of them actually did anything and such. And they never did one of those kits on her to get DNA.
Mm.
So, yeah, 19. And then they learned that she was making false reports.
Yeah,
Like, what?
that's also really upsetting because it's the same concept as crying wolf too many times. You know, actual victims are gonna
Yeah.
get overlooked and not believed because of people like her.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, big. That's why it
Like,
upsets me a lot.
like, like I've personally heard the condescending tone from the cops because their first thought is probably to exactly what the fuck you're talking about. How many women are claiming that it's a lie? You know what
Exactly.
I mean? And to be from you know, I am a woman and I've been there and I've experienced it. To hear that kind of tone from a man when you're trying to is so she
Yeah.
pisses me off. That's what I'm getting at. That really pisses me off that she did that. That cops treat the situation that they do or the way that they do. And I agree with you. It should definitely be treated differently. You're innocent until proven guilty. As much as I would love for certain people to get arrested on the spot, I understand it's not fair. And not necessarily fair to them, but not fair to people as a whole. You know what I mean? You're not going to punish like an entire class of kids for one kid fucking up. You know what I mean? You're not going to like you can't sit here and you can't just don't penalize people that don't deserve to be penalized.
But
You
see,
know
like,
what I
Oh yeah.
mean?
here's
Unless they've been
when it comes to the shit, right? Like, let's say wife says, calls the cops, like, hey, my husband just SA'd me or assaulted, whatever, right? You know what the cops can do without like actually fucking up anyone's life in that exact moment?
Mm.
Fucking detain both of the parties and then actually run an investigation and actually figure out what the fuck is going on.
Mm.
That is something they can legally do. They can actually hold you to like 24 or 48 hours depending upon your state. They can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, but they don't want to.
Yeah, because they have to feed you, clothe you, and
They
fuck.
don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, they would just rather throw you in jail.
I think I remember it's a lot of paperwork, I think, as well too.
Yep.
It is. Cops are lazy. Not all of them. But quite a few of them. They're just like us. They just work there. It's not
Yeah.
something that they're passionate about necessarily. You know, it's a job that pays well that they got into. I wouldn't say easy, but easier than some other jobs when you look at the hours
Yeah.
that they
But
truly have to put in.
I probably enjoyed it like at the very beginning. Like I wanted to be a cop, so
I
then,
feel like a lot of the times it's a power trip, though. That's what they're enjoying. Not all the time, but I would say a large majority of the time, they're just really enjoying having that purpose, that
yeah,
position of power. They're not thinking about it from a "I want to serve the people" kind of way. Not all of them. I'm sure there's some really great cops out there that do, but I would say a large majority of them not
yeah,
the
the
way they
newer
think.
Oh yeah.
cops, like the large majority of the newer cops, they're like the ones who are like, we want to help. Let's make the community better, right
Mm-hmm.
now. You know, like yeah, like that. Like I was that. Like I wanted to be like, little grandma needs help crossing the street. Come with me, ma'am. I'll carry you across the street. La da 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 da. Yeah, like do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, grandma fell down the stairs. EMS, you know, like whatever. Mash her, fucking right. But like
Hmm.
once I actually saw like what the fuck was going on within the police stations, I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Like I'm out. Peace, bitch.
Well, yeah,
Hmm.
it's just I've obviously never worked in the police station. I've never been a police officer, but I can imagine that just like any other job, whoever's at the top of the food chain has control, and if they happen to be corrupt, they happen to be corrupt, and there's no way you can sit there and fight against it.
Shoot
Because
him.
it's a big system. It's a big system to get behind. Basically, you have to play dirty to get to the top, and then once you get to the top, you can start making chess moves. You know what I'm saying? And nobody wants to do that. And same thing with the political system. Like a lot of people hate we're not going to get into politics. So I'm not going to bring up my political view, of course. But let's talk about AOC for example. A lot of Democrats idolized her at the beginning.
What is
Um
AOC?
I actually don't remember her full name.
Oh,
Hold
it's a
on. Let me
person.
look up. Yeah, AOC.
Oh, I thought that was a
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
company.
Alexandria Cortez is her name.
Uh,
Anyways, a lot of people really liked her in the beginning, um, and I thought she seemed really good too, the whole shebang, and I was like, she seems like a really nice person. But then she started making conflicting political choices, you know, versus what she would preach and versus what she actually did. And I think a lot of people demonize certain politicians whenever they contradict what they said that they were going to do. Granted, I do think some of them do lie because they want to get to a certain position and they flip flop. But in certain situations, I think that they get demonized when they shouldn't be because they're playing an evil game, an evil system that they're having to work around. And so they actually do have to make unfortunate decisions, I feel like, to gain favor of people.
Hmm.
You know, whatever their dynamic is, whatever their social dynamic is, I feel like sometimes they do have to make decisions that they would rather not have to make in order to get to the place that they want to be in, to finally have the influence that they want to have. Does that make sense?
yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I feel like it can kind of muddy the waters for politicians nowadays because they make decisions that contradict what they really want to do.
Sometimes it goes against their morals.
I
Yeah,
hate politicians. Like, think about it like
Mhm.
this, right?
same.
Politicians can lie to you about anything and everything, and when they're caught, it's called being a politician, right? When you lie to any government official, it's called a felony.
Oh yeah.
How is that fucking fair? They can lie to us, but we can't lie to them.
Oh yeah. It's crazy because I've seen a lot of charges go against them and still they just let it go. I'm like, bro, you wouldn't let that go for us.
No.
This pisses me off, Kate. Like, I swear to God, this pisses me the fuck off. There was just a fucking congressman who was accused of the P word for children loving,
Hmm.
Mm,
and nothing fucking happened.
what?
And there was texts, there was money transactions paying the underage people for the explicit acts and shit. Like there's PayPal,
There's proof.
there's actual fucking like transactions, and then there's like fucking 40 people lined up on yachts and shit that were involved. Nothing fucking happened. But guess what? It's not in the fucking media. And guess what?
Epstein, for example.
But
Yeah.
like apparently this
How long did that go quiet for? You know,
yeah.
Oh
Wait.
yeah, big.
like
And I mean like don't get me wrong. I don't really tune into like those conspiracy theories fuckers or anything as such. But I gotta give props where it's due. Alex Jones is a psychotic fucking asshole. They're putting chemicals in the water and they're turning the frogs gay. However, the dude flat out called Epstein before 9/11.
Hmm.
Think
that's
about
how
that.
long.
He called out
Mhm.
Epstein for his shit before 9/11. And we got
And he
Epstein
continued.
2 years ago.
And then even when he did get prosecuted, he got extreme leniency. He had like basically he just had to check into the jail or some shit. He could like leave for the day and then just sleep at the jail at night.
Yeah.
It was supervised, but like, come on, how much was he paying the person supervising him?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And then think about it like
Very
this,
much.
right? His wife, right? Epstein's wife, that that chick, her fucking father wrote all of the textbooks for every fucking country from Harvard. He was also a Chechen spy and killed outside his fucking yacht. Like, what the fuck? You can Google this shit. Literally, you just click on the person, right? And then you see the little thing on the right where it's like, father, mother, children, spouses, whatever, right? Click on father. When it comes to Epstein's wife, holy shit, you're gonna go down a fucking rabbit hole, and this is all on Google. Like, what the fuck?
That's insane.
Oh,
Like, man, I believe the government's listening to us because of Edward Snowden, but like, I'm not over here like, oh, the government's coming to give me. I need guns. Oh, no.
No, they have so many fucking fish to fry, bro. Like, if they were sitting here seriously monitoring every person, then they would need a huge staff.
NSA.
Gigantic. There's no way. Yeah, unless they have some reason to tune in on you, they're not gonna tune in on you, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm not that concerned about it. Huh?
So you know the January 6th riots?
Mm-mm.
You remember January 6th where like the Trump supporters stormed the Capitol?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
China knew about that months beforehand. You want to know how?
How?
Discord.
TikTok? Huh?
Discord.
Discord?
Yep.
So do you remember what I was mentioning earlier about the other day about bots?
Yeah.
So if you have a bot on your Discord server, bot Ricks in particular, they do log everything from every server that they're in, all the messages, and it does go back to their database. So if somebody wanted to access that, they could. So if you do add bot Ricks to like your Discord server, for example, that's something to keep in mind.
Oh yeah, they
But
keep a log.
Yeah, see,
I
I'm
have a
not
log.
worried about that.
Mhm.
Like, what the fuck are we hiding?
yeah, exactly. I'm not personally concerned about it because you're just gonna find a lot of bullshit. But yeah, that's how a lot of shit gets caught. I forgot about that actually, but I do remember reading about it. There's quite a few things that have been caught through Discord in particular
Oh yeah.
because of stuff like that.
And
That's true.
like even if the bot does register like everything that happens within a server, who the fuck cares? Like
Unless you're wanted for something.
yeah, like okay, I got a fucking shotgun there, 22 rifle, fucking AK, and then her handgun, and then I got a fucking handgun right here with a spare mag loaded, right? Like, okay, I got guns, right? But like, they're all registered, they're all legal, they're all purchased, everything's fine and up to the fucking law. I got none to hide, so therefore I'm not afraid. The people who are afraid are the people who should be fucking worried because I'm coming after them.
yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, Tama, how many fucking child lovers have we caught and then sent to the FBI? Like,
Oh, more likely you you pointed a lot to me. I was like, okay,
but like
they
over
didn't need to.
years, like
Uh,
just like, oh
I
hey, one
felt a lot of concern.
is a fucking child lover, huh? Hey, SA, yeah, I got a fucker here. His name is this.
Hey, that's not a child lover. If they loved children, they wouldn't do that.
Well, we
Let's
can't
call
say
them for
the
what?
actual thing.
Yeah, child.
Hmm.
Let's call him a child hater.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's actually better,
but
yeah.
to be honest.
you see what I'm saying? Like, if you say child hater, then they're gonna think like, hey, you
What
can't
about
get my
predator?
fucking lawn. Like,
Predator?
yeah, but we can't say it because of Michael Jackson.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Come on, that was fun.
Yo, the Michael Jackson thing was crazy. I had no idea about that until I got older, and I was like,
I'm
you're
still
asking that. Do you know?
Oh,
I'm still
sorry,
confused about that.
that was just really strong.
Okay, let
Mhm.
me give you the details that I am aware of. I haven't looked into this in a very long time, so who knows how much of it is accurate, but it's brief.
See,
Basically, he
I know
had a mansion and he would ask the parents to have their children stay at his mansion with him for the weekend or whatever. And he would specifically ask them to not stay. Like children
Oh.
alone. Yeah, and then these children came out years later, and there was like I think 3 of them for sure that went to court up against him or something like that.
but
Don't
see,
quote me on it,
some of
but
them were actually false. Macaulay Culkin, the dude from Home Alone, he was one of the kids. However, when he was in court for that, the judge asked him in the private quarters, um, did your parents ask you, or sorry, did your parents tell you to say any of this information? And he said yes. He fucking
Mm,
said it was his parents because they wanted the fucking money.
mm,
damn.
Yeah. And even to this day, you like Macaulay Culkin, he came out on like a fucking podcast recently and he was like talking with Mark Rober and shit. Dude flat out said, like, no, he didn't do anything bad. Like, it was just an honest to God sleepover.
mm.
It's so
So
weird.
so it was just a regular sleepover,
Yeah.
basically, like innocent.
Yeah. But like the thing is that like, guess what? You are guilty until proven innocent.
Mm,
You see what I'm saying? Like everyone believes that Michael Jackson, is this horrible fucking human being. And don't even get me wrong, I don't even know for myself. However, I know one of the kids that was, accusing was Macaulay Culkin, but it wasn't him, it was his parents that were accusing him. But Macaulay Culkin was like, no, everything was fine.
mm.
Even in court, the next fucking couple months or so. Like guilty
Weird.
until proven innocent. I gotta use the restaurant.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, that is wild.
Hmm.
So wait, what kind of games do you play, Tamashi?
I'm more of a variety. Sometimes I stick to one game and sometimes I forget the other game. So, depends.
Okay, so what
Eh,
game is it right now?
So far it was in Metro, and I think the other game I tried out a while back, which one was recent, like I think a few days ago, was there was like Exit 8, and then there was called what's the word? Against the Storm.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was all right,
Okay,
as far as I know.
cool.
But I'm willing to, like I said, like be adaptive. If some people want to play with me, I'm okay with that.
Nice. Let's see. Do
Yeah.
you? I'm gonna find your Kick stream as well. I know you don't really stream on there very often, but
Hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and follow it.
All right.
Is it spelled the
Uh,
same? Let's see. I'm gonna.
oh
Oh, I can just
yeah,
click the fucking link too. That'd be easier.
yeah. I'll leave you a follow on my side too.
Dope.
You'll probably find me. Let me see.
Yo, I also really need to use the restroom. I'm gonna be right back.
Bush
All
did
right.
9/11.
Okay.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Oh God. Oh damn it! She took
Hey.
my spot. Damn it! God, I wanted to keep the border. Now she has it. What the fuck?
I see both of
Ugh.
myself. I feel gorgeous. Nah, just kidding. Mine's covering yours.
Oh, on my
It's
side,
all.
you took her spot. She took mine. I took yours.
I took my site and no, I took your site and then I still have hers.
Oh shit! Yeah, I don't even see me on your shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, there's two. That's why I was like, oh,
And
because I
you're
have two cams.
wait, hold on. If you just dragged a left camera over, you could make yourself kiss yourself.
Wait. Let me see if I could. God damn it. Okay, come on. There we go. Mm, mm. Close enough. At least I know how to love myself. Just give me a minute on my
Oh
side
my
too.
God. Oh fuck.
Uh,
I'm
oh,
too
that's
drunk
just
for
funny.
this. Oh God. I just watched you attempt to do. Oh God. Fucking hell. Anyways.
I'm fine with this. It'll go back to normal. I'm not gonna touch anything. And
Yeah, it'll go back to normal once she comes back.
Mhm. Feels weird that I see mine pretty much good HD compared to the one that I have.
Right?
Yeah, it's like, well, the camera was pretty good. As I'm not complaining. The only difference is that webcam that I have is like it freezes once in a while, so it's quite normal.
Yeah. Fucking. Oh, hey, you're back. Uh, so Rose, Tama had a very unique experience since you turned your web camera off. I think. Wait.
Yeah.
Hello,
Huh? Yeah.
Rose.
I'm sorry. You're scaring me.
What?
Unique experience since I turned my camera off.
Yeah.
My camera was
So
off, right?
yeah.
Okay.
What?
Oh,
My
what?
bathroom's like right fucking back there, so I was like, my camera better have been off.
Oh yeah, it was off. It was
So
off.
nobody
You're good.
saw me like pulling my pants down or some shit.
No,
Okay.
no, you're good. You're good. Good. It's like
I was
what
like,
Aries. No, Aries was just talking about like how like when you turned off your camera, I had like two cameras switching to my side, so it's like the same me. And he was like, "Oh,
uh,
looks like Tama can kiss himself." So I actually moved my screen, kissing my own self.
oh, you were kissing her. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, because I got two webcams. One's from the actual Discord, and the other one's from the actual stream. That
Oh,
yeah, that's how I make it work. Since Discord cannot connect to your OBS, so you can use two cams to make that work.
okay.
Mhm.
I just got taken on a trip, man. I just got confused as fuck. I, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Oh my God.
Yeah. Huh?
I mean, I flat out said you turned your camera off, and what?
It's probably because she couldn't hear you, right? She probably heard like the unique thing.
Wait,
I
what?
don't,
So
I don't know.
You lost. Okay.
I mean,
That's
so
not fair.
I said that since you turned your camera off, Tama had a unique experience, and then it
Oh
was
yeah, where
some
he's kissing himself.
yeah.
You gotta do what you
Um,
gotta do, man. You can't get kissing
Oh,
in
yeah.
real life. You gotta kiss yourself.
Oh, you
but
gotta
no,
give
I do all
self-love.
the time.
he has a wife.
Yeah, fiance.
Oh,
Been
okay.
with
Yeah,
been with her for almost 11 years, and it's gonna be almost 12.
and cheating
Wow.
on me for
So just
6.
extra
Yeah,
love and kissing yourself.
Ah.
Funny. Wait,
yeah.
how old are you?
Me?
Yeah, how
Um, I am.
you don't
I
mind
keep
me asking.
forgetting. I keep forgetting sometimes. I'm 20. I'm 28.
Okay. Wow, y'all have
Yeah.
been married for a long time then.
Yeah.
Since you were how old?
12.
High
That's
school.
at least 18. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
High school sweethearts.
Aw, that's
Mm-hmm.
sweet.
Hey,
Yep.
why
Damn,
you
my high
just
school sweetheart was a compulsive liar and asshole.
I don't blame you. I had my fair share of exes, so I
Yeah.
feel you on that. You
Are
okay,
you
Aries?
okay over there?
hiccups?
You have the oh. Did you drink too fast or what?
I've been drinking for a while.
Mm.
Okay.
I am drunk, but I'm Irish, so it's fine.
But
No,
yeah,
but
I'm old.
yeah.
You're not that old. I'm
So
turning 23 on the 21st.
Ah, damn, you're
Jesus.
pretty young. You're
Yeah,
younger than me.
getting up there though. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All I gotta say, live life. That's all you gotta do. Live life
Yeah.
to your fullest. Yeah, I regret that sometimes.
Yeah,
All
live
of
in
it
the
was just
moment.
yeah, all of it was based on studying until to realize there's not much to offer at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So tell me, you already know, but Rose, how old do you think I am?
25?
Jesus
Close.
Christ. You're close. But holy fuck. You're like the third person to get that close.
Really?
Yeah. People usually think I'm in my fucking 40s or older. People think my mother is
It's
my
because the
daughter
beard.
or like my girlfriend.
It's the beard. It's definitely the beard. Because
Like
Oh yeah.
nothing else about you screams old to me.
that
Except
or
the
like
beard.
the dead face, no emotion, just like, an 1,000-yard stare.
Well, that'll do it too, but I feel like you don't really have a dead face. I feel like you have a very expressive face, honestly. I don't think you look dead enough to be old. I think that
Mhm.
takes another century, or not century, another decade of beating out of you.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I
before
mean,
it fully shows on your face, you know? You can always expedite the process, get into like an abusive relationship or something. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Bad idea.
Yeah, fair. Oh, but I was gonna say, how old did you think I was, to be honest?
I thought
Because
you were
some people.
probably like 25, somewhere around there. You look like you're in your 20s.
Thank you. But even though I don't look like that, I'm 28. I'm old. I'm old,
I mean,
old.
when I first met him, I thought he was younger than me.
A lot of people confuse me between the 20s and sometimes if I shave 19. So,
I
but I
mean,
keep my stuff with the beard.
the only
Yeah.
reason why I knew you're a little older is because you dyed your hair in those YouTube videos.
Oh yeah, I used to dye my hair.
Yeah, I watched them,
I don't.
fucker.
Hmm. That was actually during the time of my proposal with my fiance.
Yeah, when you're wearing the fucking bandanas like a gangster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like fucking just like I'm strapped, man. I'm a bandito. Like fucking
Yeah, the stuff
Oh
I
my
had was
god.
very inaccessible, I can tell you that. All we
I'm
had was
Santa
bandanas.
Claus, motherfucker. Get on the ground. Jesus. I got a lot of bandanas, okay? I use them because I chimney clean and do some other shit, so I use it as a face mask, so this way I don't get suit.
Hmm.
I don't know where my green one went. I had a green one.
Makes sense.
I don't know where it went. I probably threw it away because suit.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm losing my mind. How are you?
I
Ah, fuck.
think we're both pretty good.
Mhm. I was gonna say, what type of games you could play, Rosa, other than
Um,
CS:GO?
I play a lot of open world RPGs. Um, like recently I've been playing Baldur's Gate. Um,
Yeah, I only
Yeah,
heard
that.
one person fucking talk about it besides you.
I've heard quite a few people talk about it, honestly, a lot.
What
It's
the
a really
fuck is it?
fucking good game. It just won the Game of the Year award. I forget for who the fuck hosts that award, but it's a big thing apparently. Anyways, it's basically like D&D. It's a turn-based game. I don't know if you know what Dungeons and Dragons is, but
I
it's
tried to
essentially
host.
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's essentially the same thing but in a video game, and you can play
Oh,
it by
okay.
yourself, and you can manipulate all the characters by yourself. If you want to play with somebody else, you can. But yeah, so it kind of enables solo play for D&D, but it's super in depth. There's like 1,000,001 ways you could play the story through. Like you can kill the main characters if you wanted to.
Nice.
So it at first glance it seems like it might be a one playthrough kind of game, but then you realize that there's so many different ways to play the same storyline.
Mhm.
Is that a cat behind you?
Yeah, it's my cat. That's Zamira.
Okay,
That's
just check.
No.
that's my baby. Um, but yeah, so just a D&D game, turn based. Lots of different things you can do. You can focus on combat if you want. You can focus on exploration if you want. You do a balanced game playthrough. Yeah, it's just up to you. I personally have been playing a druid as a tiefling, just like this half dragon, half humanoid type character. You can shapeshift into different animals and whatnot. Super fun. I grew up playing World of Warcraft, so it's in that same ballpark. Those are usually the
Fair enough.
games I gravitate towards.
It's
I
still good.
I grew up watching a military channel.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not actually even joking too. Like, yeah.
It's very starkly different.
Well, I mean, like, I didn't have like the luxuries or anything as such. Like,
I did. I was given a fucking computer at 8 years old.
yeah,
So,
I got my computer when Fallout 4 came out.
oh
Mhm.
wow.
So like
Pretty interesting.
2016 or something like that.
Wow. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had a computer for so long.
I'm actually
The
still
internet's
using
changed a lot.
I'm still
Oh
using
yeah, it
a
has.
mouse and keyboard that I got from that original computer. Like shit, firepower.
Oh
Nice.
shit.
Yeah, it's the original fucking mouse that came with the computer.
Mhm.
Like you can actually even see like the fucking wear. Like
God, you're gonna hate the day you have to switch mouses.
I actually had to
Then you
switch mouses and I did hate it. And then I just
Yeah.
repaired this one and I'm like, I'm golden. Like
Yeah, I don't know how you could possibly play Counter-Strike on a new mouse.
Oh
I don't know
yeah.
how you could do anything on a new mouse. Like legit, I got a new mouse and I tried to open my browser and it was like a little fucking off. Like you'd
Mhm.
have your mouse like on the screen there, but it's clicking over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what the fuck? And then
Yeah, certain
tracking
mouses.
shit.
Oh yeah, the tracking is like an issue too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, I think I'm gonna skedaddle now, and I'm gonna go meet up with my friends in my server and see what the plan
Okay.
is. Because I think we have a full queue possibly for Counter Strike if Marley answers.
Ah
But
shit. I
yeah,
was gonna
I,
ask about
I,
that.
yeah, you're always welcome. It's just every time I go live recently, I've just had a full stack. So if you ever notice we have a spot, like you're more than welcome to. I'm really bad about remembering to invite people, so you're more than welcome to just be like, "Hey, do you have a spot?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
And
just that guy
just
that doesn't like to invite himself, you know?
yeah, that's why I'm telling you to invite yourself if you happen to be that guy, which you are. So I'll obviously go out of my way whenever I don't have anybody to play with, or like we have an extra spot.
Yeah.
But if I don't happen to remember, then feel free to message me and just be like, yo, you know.
Alright.
Mhm.
Well, before you leave, we gotta do the ending so this way the cameras don't get fucked. So,
Yeah.
to anyone who tuned in during or after the fact, it really does mean a lot. Thank you guys. Please, everyone,
Mhm.
stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay you. And we'll see you guys in the next one. So please have a good one.
Yeah, we really
Peace.
appreciate it. Peace.
Mhm.
Okay, bye. Or does he have to do his ending as well?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I already did it. I
Okay,
always end it
dope.
with errors, so that's fine.
Okay, dope. Bye.
Uh,
Yeah, you just end it like that. I do bloopers where it's like stream ending, like.
now we get the little messed up screen. Yay! Not just kidding.
Oh no, it's not messed up. It's a full animation I made and everything. It's stream ending. Like you should
Oh,
look at
okay.
it. It's pretty cool. It's a fucking like world made out of particles.
Ah, I see it.
Yeah. You know how many gigabytes this is?
How much?
39
That's pretty high, to be honest, for gigabytes.
for an animation. You want to know why?
Yeah.
There's over 3,000 fucking individual particles.
Mhm.
You see all those little dots?
Yeah.
That are all unique entity. There's actually three. So when it comes to those like little white dots with the lines, you know, the little trails, that is
Yeah.
3 entities for each.
Mm.
Because you got one for the little dot, you got one for the trail, and then one for the glow.
Mhm. That's true. That's fairly true.
Thank God
Ugh.
I wasn't listening to music. It would have been playing for the stream. Jesus Christ.
All good, dude. Eh. Well, I already sent her also the link on my side. I know she asked me like, what was the kick